Alright, we finished actually getting everything on here, so why don't we actually get back into the game here, and let us try out to see if this stupidly powerful missile launcher will actually do the job for us. We got the recording back. It's going on. I doubt I freed up like 300 gigabytes. I'm normally usually good about recording things.
A silver giant?
What's with that giant?
It's the pilot of the command ship. Take it under arrest.
It's floating in the air. Why can't it fly?
If it resists, shoot it.
In the mythologies, God descended from the egg-shaped ship. Is that God?
I don't believe in a god.
So, take aim at the right.
What the hell? What is that guy doing?
Its arms are starting to radiate.
Is it armed?
One of the top 5 most viewed videos. That's surprising, considering especially like the poll of T-Series today.
Manipulating light, flying in the sky, as was told in the legends.
What kind of weapon is that?
Every alien that we've encountered was armed, except for this giant.
How did it attack us?
God. That is God.
God?
Oh my god, I actually took off one of its arms.
We don't need it.
Aliens!
Aliens are appearing out of thin air? How is that possible?
Well, that was a
Can
terrible
distort
situation.
space.
Its abilities are uncanny.
Is it omnipotent?
I will look for help. Is anyone alive? Is anyone hearing this? Anyone?
Oh! One of the guys is actually stuck.
Is it immortal?
Okay, I
For an
need you to
organism,
move your
the
butt.
enemy has evolved to a frightening stage.
An alien that can control organisms. They are being ruled by an entity that has evolved to the highest degree.
Oh, this sucks.
We have to find a solution.
It's literally stuck inside the building.
Opportunity.
That's stupid. And all the other guys. That was good damage. Oh, I just realized the problem.
The ships are still on the move.
I just realized the problem I'm
The
gonna have.
motherships are indeed heading to this area.
Oh, I think I just soft locked.
Till they get the best of us.
I think I just soft locked.
Initiate Operation Omega.
What? Are you serious? You sure you want to do this?
Really hope it's not annihilate all enemies.
Please don't do this. Please.
What is that? There is a halo behind that guy.
A divine halo.
It sure has a lot of tricks up its sleeve.
Apparently, also it has no arms.
It's like magic. There must be a logical explanation behind this. But what?
Whoop.
We won't stand a chance if we don't figure out the secret to its weapon.
What if it's not a weapon?
What do you mean?
Our scans show no traces of metal. It's power. Telekinesis is the only reasonable explanation.
Is anybody out there?
Oh, come on. Yeah, that was a doomed run. That was a doomed run, because I lost so much health from the summon in the building. That was terrible.
A silver giant? What's with that giant?
It's the pilot of the command ship. Take it under arrest.
It's floating in the air. Why can't it
I don't
fly?
think I'm hitting it.
If it resists, shoot it.
You know what, honestly, this cut thing kind of reminds me of something
the
from
mythologies,
Warframe.
God descended from the egg-shaped ship.
Kind of reminds me
Is
from
that-
something from Warframe.
God?
Shoot you in the butt. Shoot you in the butt. Shoot you in the butt.
What is that guy doing?
Its arms are starting to radiate.
Is it armed?
Manipulating light. Flying in the sky, as was told in the legends.
What kind of weapon is that?
That is disgusting.
Every alien that we've encountered was armed, except for this giant.
How did it attack us?
I'll show you what I can.
Aliens!
Aliens are appearing out of thin air? How is that possible?
It can distort space.
Its abilities are uncanny.
Is it omnipotent?
I will look for help. Is anyone alive? Is
I
anyone hearing this?
really hate that laser.
Shoot up! I'm changing the magazine. Support me. Let's talk about it later.
Oh no!
Is it immortal?
For an organism, the enemy has evolved to a frightening stage.
An alien that can
Oh,
control
I
organisms.
am a dummy.
They are being ruled by an entity that has evolved to the highest degree.
Wow.
We have to find a solution. This.
Wow, everyone's
this
already.
is our final
Everyone's
opportunity.
already. How are you still alive? Wow, they killed everyone. That sucks. That really sucks, actually.
Motherships are still on the move.
The motherships are indeed heading to this area.
It's only a matter of time till they get the best of us.
Initiate Operation Omega.
What? Are you serious? You sure you want to do this?
What is this all about?
Please don't do this. Please.
What is that? There is a halo behind that guy.
A divine halo.
Well, this is an interesting fight.
It sure has a lot of tricks up its sleeve. It's like magic. There must be a logical explanation behind this. But what? We won't won't stand a chance if we don't figure out the
Oh,
secret
come
to its
on.
weapon.
How can you even dodge that?
What if it's not a weapon?
Hey, how's it going, Jake
What
Curtis?
do you mean?
What is a god to a non-believer?
Our scans
Broly.
show no traces of metal.
That's
It's
apparently the
power.
answer. It's Broly.
Telekinesis is the only reasonable explanation.
Although this thing has the... See, now I really do actually want, like, a monsters
It's
gallery in
hard
this
to
game.
believe This being is capable of creating energy at will.
Are you ready to fight the Warframe god?
Is anybody out there? Anybody?
It's all or nothing. Looks like a
What?
lost shot.
All of you, hang in there, no matter what.
I knew no one could have survived this.
Oh, you think so, huh? Well, I can still put up a fight.
Storm 3, attack!
I'm using the corpse of his... Well, I was using the corpse of his ally.
It's over! We can't defeat this monster!
Never mind.
That alien is the incarnation of death! It will kill us all!
I need to find some help, badly.
When a powerful alien entity attacks, the lesser organism will be extinguished. Maybe that's the rule of the universe. The enemy commander's right before our eyes. No matter how many sacrifices
I
we
usually
make,
use a reverser to heal yourself. I don't think a I'm gonna be able to survive a reverser.
Understood.
Or take a reverser.
We've initiated Operation Omega.
How does this thing keep stomping me?
We've deployed everyone into the fight to stop the motherships.
But we've already sent in everyone we've got.
Not all. We've given underground resistance the green light to attack.
What? You're sending out civilians?
From now on, every human is an EDF soldier.
You want unequipped civilians to fight? Have you gone mad?
Unequipped?
It will buy us precious time.
Everyone will die! You want to sacrifice the last remaining survivors for a bloody miracle? What's the point of saving our planet if there's no one left?
This operation won't be in vain. No. No matter how great the cost.
Wow, I thought the other lady actually snapped.
Win! We must win!
Damn it!
Hey, I'd be pissed too. Oh, I don't like where this is going.
The giant is radiating.
That's not good.
God's true form.
A super being that can create infinite energy. It's a creature superior to everything
What
else.
the heck was that? What is going on here?
It's party time!
It's calling aliens!
These are heavily armed aliens. They must be his personal bodyguards.
There's nothing we can throw at these aliens. Is this the end?
I just gotta keep running, just gotta keep running, just gotta keep running.
Damn it! What's the point of destroying the command ship if we cannot defeat that thing?
It's literally
Let it get away.
throwing
All our
asteroids at me.
sacrifices will be for nothing. Please, we have to find a way.
We've got nothing left. Time to die.
Okay, I am getting my butt over there.
How?
Number of
How am I
deployable
not
units,
dead yet?
0. It's over.
No!
Accept this truth.
What in God's name? We have a survivor!
Look at that combat strength! Not even Storm 1 can do anything about that monster. Yet, we should put our faith in Storm 1 and pray.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad this is a...
Storm 1,
I'm...
humanity's fate lies on your shoulders.
What are you doing? I don't like that.
It's working! God is starting to slow down!
Go for it! Storm 1!
Storm 1! Let's put this tragedy to an end!
Oh my god, it's dead.
Storm 1, I'll cover you.
Wow. That was awesome! We did it! At that moment, the aliens knew that the Nameless had died. Perished by the hands of the hero. Motionless they stood, overwhelmed with panic and grief. Then, one by one, they abandoned their weapons and left. The war was finally over. The mothership retrieved the corpse and disappeared into the void. And then there was dead silent, no sound of men to be heard on Earth. The planet was once bustling with noises no more. Cities lay in ruins, with bodies scattering the ground. The human population is decreased to 10%. Society as we know it has collapsed. The system of law and order has broken down. The world has declined back to the Dark Ages. Those who survived are left in a world of death and plunder. Still, there is hope. Chaos will come to an end. Evil will not spread. And violence will not prevail. New justice shall be hailed. And order shall be returned to the people. Because we are still here. We are protectors of the people. Protectors of peace. Protectors of this planet. We are... the EDF. That was actually a really, really dark ending, actually. Like, I was actually worried. Oh, you're really just going down the pure dark path here. Operator, mad scientist. See you in EDF 6. Well, it might be a while for that. It might be a while for that. See, I think, like, the one thing, oddly, that this game was missing... Like, I would want more, would be more banter. It definitely did the climax a lot differently than EDF 4, which was actually really interesting. Like, I was not expecting to be fighting a, massive alien godlike entity that actually reminds me of Warframe the more closer I looked at it. And honestly, just to do 6 missions. Oh. Yeah, I was about to say, Benji, it's like, well, there's one thing, the EDF4 song is still better. It's good, though, that they actually, yeah, the Wing Divers can sing. It, like, having that as something to actually sing about, really cool. And honestly, you could even say a lot of missions in this game were basically carbon copy replicas of EDF4's missions. Kind of went off the same beat for beat sort of deal here. And I honestly kind of want to say, and I can't say for certain, that the amount of enemies are less than EDF 4.1. It's hard for me to actually say if that's actually true or not. I almost want to say, like, there might be more, but I can't really say for certain. No, I can definitely tell you right now, Jay Curse, they didn't reuse any of the maps. They definitely didn't do that. They did... Like, the beach map in EDF 4.1 was... the beach itself was actually a lot bigger. Were they more diverse? I don't know. I actually don't know. Well... let's put it this way, when you make maps that massive of size that you can actually reuse it for multiple missions, I actually think that's good game design. That's smart game design of saying, you know what? Let's just make a small pool of maps that we place the player in different areas so that'll always feel different. I think, if anything, the only actual map that was different, or that was always the same, just because it was probably the smallest in scope, was actually the industrial plant. That was probably like the only map. And even then, it's like, great, cool. We can still use this map, but you know what? Let's just demolish all the buildings. And so it'll actually kind of look like basically a whole new map. And that's really smart. There's a lot of things I actually really do like about this game. First off, actually, surprisingly enough, unlocking Harvest Inferno. Kind of a nice reward. I like this part, too, actually. I like the fact that collecting armor actually gives it to the other classes as well. I like the fact that I think the upgrades are actually nice, being able to actually upgrade weapons, but I think it's somewhat of a detriment because the baseline of when you get a new weapon is just really, really weak. Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of quality of life changes. I mean, like, think of it this way. When it comes to moving... We're talking game design, Jade Curtis. We're talking game design here. When you're moving from... When you keep making the same game over and over again, you're gonna find ways to actually improve it or change it, either to address complaints, address criticisms, or just to make the gameplay a lot more approachable. Like, I will say, I would honestly prefer just simply to have a probe as a constant so I could actually pick up items from around me instead of having to sprint or dash or whatever else you'd actually use. Fencer. I think, if anything, they should have a thrust dash and a thrust jump as their mobility mechanics, just as default, no matter what weapon they're using. Because that way, you can narrow it down, because after you have After you get rid of those and make them default, just like make that the space bar and make that, you know, like shift, just like you would sprint, your use 1 and use 2 for the fencer really just comes down to one weapon, or one other function, zoom. And so it actually gives the fencers the mobility they desperately needed without having to make it, you know, do like a stupid amount of inputs just to get the same mobility. I think that would be a great quality of life change for EDF6. Wing divers, I don't really have much feedback on. I understand why they kind of nerfed them, and I think if anything it was kind of an interesting approach with how they use their weapons. I want the fencer to be able to fire all weapons at once. Then yeah, you take all weapons then. But even then, like still, if you give them a thrust dash and a thrust jump, just as a default, they'll be able to have more weapon variety. Instead of say like, okay, arm 1 and arm 2 have to be this weapon and this weapon just so I can actually get just so I can actually get the other weapon combination as my main set. You know, I like the fact that they added a support item there. Like, that's really cool. I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't have been able to beat the alien tonight if I didn't have that multi-lock-on one there. I would be banging my head against this alien here because that missile launcher I just used, along with that support item, basically let me fire 4,000 damage at every time. That was a stupid amount of damage I was actually able to unload onto that onto the final boss. I want to take a look here for a moment and see what we got here. Minion Blast. Also, I'm not a huge fan of this Minion Blast. They keep, like, reducing the capacity of the magazine. Like, the damage is high, but then the actual amount of time it takes to have the bullets pull off their second trigger takes too long. Oh yeah, everyone does have their preference, and that's actually the best part. Everyone has their preference. Like, if anything, I actually have a bigger appreciation for the Ranger class, because going through this game single player, I honestly thought, okay, assault rifle, rocket launcher, with maybe a missile launcher. No, this game actually, aside from grenades and the special weapons, it pretty much forced me to actually use every single weapon in my arsenal. That I can greatly appreciate, actually, and I have you guys to actually thank for saying, hey, why don't you just use this weapon? It will make things easier. And after using it, it's like, okay, you know what? Perfect. New strategies, new solutions appeared in my head, new tactics. So I have to thank you guys for that. Cascade 3. Yeah, this is the missile launcher here. The moment this one became a 2... Actually, here, let's go on the left side here. The moment the 1 became a 2 on this thing for damage, instantly changed the game. Because that instantly changed it to 208 damage, or what, 104 damage to 208 damage. I was literally pumping out 4,000 damage on the final boss every, 1.8 seconds. That is stupidly good. With a lock-on time that's non-existent. Minion Buster, 6 shots to kill, right? You shoot 3 bullets and then you shoot another 3. Yeah. I can definitely see why people actually really like it. I think if you're playing it through hard and such, just the raw numbers that are coming at you, I'm sorry, I think Minion Buster is a great one with team play involved. I think that would be a better one for team play involved, not so much single player. But yeah, grenades were like the one thing I didn't use. I actually didn't pick up many weapons. I thought I picked up more. There's actually one other thing before we actually go. See, here's one thing I actually... Wait, actually, maybe. Battle history. Oh, cool. Final stats. The Buster, you don't have to keep shooting until they die, just enough until you know they're hafted. Yeah, but that to me is kind of a criticism. That's a style that I'm not fully behind, unfortunately. Just simply because, oh, I have to actually do a lot more, I could put myself in a much more troublesome situation. Like, I'd rather have things be dead and instantly move on. Because I remember, with even, like, one of the earlier Minion Busters, I actually killed myself because of that. So let me see here. Gameplay time. 45 hours, 36 minutes, and 44 seconds. Game started 15 times. I loaded up the time. I think I loaded up maybe once or twice offline. Just so I could, like, look up the name of, like, the Bargus. Because I did not have that drilled into my head. Mission started 189 times. Online mission started 0. Completion rate 25%. Hard is 22. Right, because I started on normal. 77% with normal. 65% on hard, just because we were switching around classes at the very start. Let's see, weapons acquired. 495. Weapon acquisition rate, only 42%. That's actually a surprise. Minion Buster is what got you through a lot of air. You know, I could see that. I could gently see that. It has a 1 meter explosion radius, but they group up where one simple bullet could kill a lot of wasps immediately. I became more reliant on the missile launcher myself, and that did the job perfectly fine. But that's also because the Minion Bust wasn't. My missile launcher was actually more powerful than the Minion Buster. Let's see. Ranger, end of health, 1,124. Wing Divers at 431. Air Raiders at 644. Fencers at 793. Armor item acquisition, 3,523. Completion rate for all difficulty levels, 14%. Yikes. Rescues and recoveries, you can't do that in offline, so that doesn't matter. Missions as Ranger, 148. Missions as Wing Diver, 17. Air Raider is 11. Fencer is 13. Aggressive alien species alphas defeated, 6,865. Mother monsters defeated, 35. Aggressive alien species of betas defeated, 3,659. Kings defeated, 20. Arneas defeated, 68. Aggressive alien species, Gammas defeated. I'm surprised Gamma didn't have a giant version of the Gamma. I mean, you could argue that there was the massive monster could be a Gamma, but it would be still hilarious to see a massive Gamma. Tadpoles defeated, 1,498. Giant tadpoles. There were giant tadpoles? Oh, right, the blue ones. They didn't really look all that giant, honestly. Flying aggressors. I'm guessing that means the wasps. Yeah, they mean the wasps. 2,727. Queens defeated, 14. I guess queens are the giant wasps then. Colonists defeated. What the heck's a colonist? Okay, colonists must be the frogs. Cosmonauts. I'm gonna guess the cosmonauts are the red frogs? Let me see here, actually. Cosmonauts are the gold. Okay, so they're the actual aliens themselves. Drones, 1,531. Red drones, 13. Type 2 drones defeated, 354. Imperial drones defeated, 19. Shield bearers defeated, 37. Droids defeated, 74. They really held back on droids compared to 4.1. Droids were like... Yeah, they were actually a pretty common enemy, actually, once they got introduced. Solo online is rough. I could see solo online being really rough. You know, there's actually one thing, that's the other thing I want to check after we go through these stats here. Let's see, where were we? Deroy, 74 defeated. Teleportation devices defeated 20. Really, only 20. I was expecting more. I'm guessing the devices are anchors. Hives defeated 1. Thank God. That was a rough mission. Teleportation ships defeated 81. Oh, never mind. Teleportation. Wait. Oh, devices. Those are the underground ones. Okay, never mind. That explains why that number's so low. Teleportation anchors defeated 142. Outpost bases defeated 1. Oh, okay. The marching mech. Okay. Eric Guinness is defeated 9. Archelaus is defeated 2. Motherships defeated 1. Really? Silverman? That's his name? Silverman? I'm a little surprised by that. So, like, one other thing I would actually want, and this is what Iron Rain actually did better. See, I like the fact that you have all these stats. But I feel like you could actually stop at this point here and actually give a gallery of all the enemies. Like, here's a picture of it. You can actually turn it around, look at it, zoom in, really get an appreciation of what the models actually look like. Killed by NPC doesn't count. Of course it doesn't. But that's perfectly fine. Like, that's still cool. Like, I like the fact that you get these little statistics and such. They're fun. They are fun. But there was actually one other thing I wanted to check here, and we're actually going to go back to the title screen for it, because we're not going to do it tonight, since it's already almost midnight already. And I'll probably start my next game, Beat the Backlog project. I want to check the online here. And I want to see if my progress offline carries over into the online. So I'm just going to take a moment here and actually create a room. Room type. Oh, cool. There's actually a friends only. Oh, cool. A passcode. And even a room name. That's actually even awesome. Let's just... instant room. We're not going to do that. Chat. Enable. I don't know if that means voice over IP or not. I'm gonna assume it's actual physical messages. Online mission mode, seems like that's the only option. I already told you completion doesn't carry over. Everything else does. Oh, huh, what do you know? Okay, so the mission doesn't, okay. Normal. Okay, unlocking it means offline you can actually just instantly play. Limits on... Ah, cool, so you literally do just start over from scratch, okay. Huh, awesome. Let me just do something real quick here. Yeah, that's probably... Let's see how you... Oops, that's the wrong thing. How do... I know one thing, like, always doing voice over IP can be a pain in the butt. I was actually surprised that's not how you turn it off. Clash equipment. Actually, no, class equipment, I want to see something. Go for hardest this time. Can we even change the difficulty here? Room settings... Oh, whoops. You have to apply the settings. Oh my god, wow, that number jumps up quickly. 1,124. Armor limit, 3,080. That's really big. What I was actually looking for was to see if, I probably just had to look in controls. No, that's common controls. Change chat short? No, not change. Shortcuts. I was actually looking to see how to disable the, voice over IP. Room settings. Really? Is there no button for turning off The voice over IP? I would think they would have that. Hard is optimal for percentage progression. Oh yeah, no, I would definitely... I mean, that's what we did. That is literally what we did, Jade Curtis. We beat the game on hard. Right at the start of the gate. Yeah, I would assume, like, you'd have to go through the game with each character on hardest to get the 70%. With all characters. So that's like... That's a good challenge there if you really actually are trying to remove the limiter. I'm actually surprised. I honestly thought there would have been a, like a button or something. Vehicle, common... Yeah, no. Huh. Strange. I thought there would have been a button to actually, like, mute. Like, I don't know why... I'm actually... Huh. Why is there only, like, that? But that's actually really cool. You can actually just... You get to keep all of your weapons and such. That's awesome. Because that was one thing you couldn't do in 4.1. In 4.1, they were literally like, completely separate game modes. Like, I'm actually okay with the fact that you could just have to play through the game again. Kinda sucks for the progression, but you know what? This is a multiplayer game. That I find to be okay. I think this is actually fine, the way it is. I have been thinking, I'm actually tempted to do one of two things, maybe over the weekend, is see if people want to do multiplayer of this, but I don't know, though. You never really went back. Dude, all my progress is on the offline. Every time I tried to play 4.1 online, it wasn't either nobody was playing, so I was basically just making the game even harder for myself, or people would join, really be laggy. Hey, how's it going, Jade? Gundam Heavy Arms. I always prefer Death Side. That was actually the other reason, honestly, if I joined, that's the other part. Streaming, you have a lot of people who will just... Like, I don't even advertise that I stream or anything like that, but even when I'm not streaming and stuff, there's always going to be the, you know, let's be honest, the ne'er-do-wells who would literally just use racial epithets and such. I'm like, dude. And it's like, I had to make that choice. It's like, do I really actually want to invite randoms when I see people use racial epithets offline? I don't want to risk that, because that can actually get you banned. Alright, Benji, you have yourself a good night. We're stopping anyway. We are stopping anyway. I just wanted to see what carried over and stuff. So, have yourself a good night. For now, why don't we take a look and see who else is streaming at the moment. What the heck did you say? Welcome to online. Well, I might actually see if people want to do online. But for now, though, I'm gonna give a host over to Exposure. He is. Why did everything move over to my other laptop here? Not laptop. Monitor. I'm gonna give a host over to Exposure. He's actually playing through another game I'm actually personally interested in. If you ever heard of Tribute, or a game called Mercenary Kings, or Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, they actually recently released a new game. It's called Panzer Paladin, a retro-style 2D platformer where you control a mech. And me, I'm a sucker for mechs, and if you're a sucker for mechs too, you'll probably actually maybe enjoy it. Tribute is very well known for making decent games. If you've ever never played Mercenary Kings, think Contra mixed with Monster Hunter World. You're farming weapons, and then you get to customize your weapons and such. It's really fun. And the same thing apparently you can do in Panzer Paladin. But until then, though, tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to take a small break or not. As always, take a look at my Twitter, take a look at the Discord and stuff. I'll always give announcements if I'm going to stream. I think I have the next game in my mind, but I think what I might do is move, like, multiplayer or online attempts nights over to the weekends. Something to be a little bit more approachable. I don't know the time slot, though. That's one of the exceptions, as I try and work on a lot of other personal projects and stuff, and try and build up my skill set. But, as always, though, until then, hope you've enjoyed EDF 5. My god, I almost said 6. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for EDF 6. I'm ready. I probably actually want to play this game if I could actually get some other people that I know to play, but I gotta ask and see if they're actually interested in playing through this game. And actually make the time as well. That's the other factor. But, until then, though, take care. And have a good night.